Hello and welcome to NFT Decree. I'm Barry and today we're going to be playing some games of Dark Country. We've gone through all the cards, gone over a couple of decks, so now we need to see how it plays. What I was hoping for was to play in a tournament, but today's tournament for 5 o'clock doesn't seem to be running. And the leaderboard's all weird as well, don't know what's going on. So hopefully there's a few other people around and we will get an opportunity to play some other people. Oftentimes quite a low player base at the moment, so you might sometimes struggle to get a game. Posting in the Discord or the Telegram, you can find people. So let's see how it goes. So the first thing you need to think about is your mulligan. It's going to be at least 7 turns so I can play this, so I'll get rid of that. I can't play that just now, and I'm looking for something for my first play. So I keep Ignition in case he plays something I have to get rid of early on. What I'm hoping to find is a Shadow. Now the rest of my curve doesn't look good here, like my turn 2 doesn't look good, but pick that up, which is decent. So I'll be able to remove anything on the board that's a threat. But here's where sort of my curve's letting me down a little. I've only got a couple of cards at 2 cost that are proactive. These cards are obviously reactive, and he's not played anything. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So after playing a card, it has summoning sickness for a turn. Means it can't attack as soon as it's played unless it's got the frenzy ability. But after that, it can choose where to attack. Now, Owlbear, like I said, that always came down, was always a problem. I can get 3, 4, 5, 6 damage out here, so I'm gonna expend my resources on killing it, just because I don't really want to be taking the hits. It's quite, look at that trade, right? So I had to trade 3 cards for his 1 card, and that's just not good for me. Now, obviously, I got a card back because last word, put a random spell in hand. I can't kill this turn, and it will be difficult to kill next turn, so I'm just going to play this while I've got the open resources. That will go up to 4 next time, and I'll be able to tornado the board to see kind of what comes down. But I'm going to be taking 6 more points of damage in the meantime, plus whatever he plays here. This is fine, so I could Banshee it, it'll get some presence on the board and save Tornado. I'm not so worried about taking 2 damage, so I think I'll just do that. Maybe it wasn't the best use of the card, but I'm saving Tornado in case he goes wide at some point. So that will take out me, which is fine. And now we can get into the game a little more. So if I play this, now I need to be aware that if he does the same thing, right, if he Fire Spirits me for 4, he could finish me off with this. So I am going to pay the 1 to get rid of it, rather than play the Kalupalik. So this is going to start building up his board, but I am going to be able to take care of it. Now, I have to consider whether this is worth it. Having 3, I don't think it is, so we'll drop you. Then we will... Do I just trade? I guess I have to, like, his advantage for getting more things on the board. I could risk... Well, I'll play that, because I might get a Fireball. If I got a Fireball, I would have been golden. But I didn't, and I don't quite have enough to play this to finish him off. So I'm probably better off trading here, because I don't have any more board wipes. Now you can see already that I'm overcommitting, the hand size difference. He's got 6 cards on his side, I've got 4. 7 cards now. Yes, he's a turn ahead, but there's a lot going on. So this is reasonably easy to get rid of. That's not a huge problem. Do I guess I do just take it out like this, and then I will drop you, and I will drop you. So now he should have a board wipe, right? So he'll get a Tornado or something here. He doesn't need a Tornado. Fire Spirit for 2, and then Banshee down there would be enough. That'd be all 9. That'll do. He's going to drop a Banshee. So that's how you trade your small cards for larger ones. Interesting. Didn't have a Banshee to work with there. What I'm going to do is probably... I wonder if it's worth messing up his hand here. Like at the moment he can't put anything else down. I wonder... You know what? He could be in a spot of bother. Although he must have a... He must have a Banshee. But let's assume he doesn't. I'm just going to do this. And keep piling on the damage. You know, if he's got a Banshee, he just swings into something. Frees up a space on his side of the board. I don't assume Banshee protects me here. Or Guardian would have protected me if he could have gone straight down. But this is now very hard to deal with if he doesn't have a Banshee. So he's probably just freeing up space for the most part. Well, he clearly doesn't have the kill it and a winner. But there you go, he's freed up the space so he can get his other cultists down. He's going to get 2 more cultists. He has to decide what he's doing with that. And he's going to get another card draw from this. So that's all fine. I guess we take you and then just keep going for the damage. Is there anything? This would be a better trade for me. And preventing his card draw and forcing another thing to die would be useful. I mean, this is still hard to kill, right? He's got so much health now. And you know, there was a point when he had all these guys down that I could have turned them into 1/1 black creatures. And having 7 of them's quite detrimental to his side of the board. So here he still can't quite kill me. I wonder. I think this will be more... Oh, I'd have to attack him. Well, I can burn you. I can swing with you. And then I can force the board wipe. So he's used a lot of his high value cards here. And having 5 black cats is actually not beneficial, because as soon as I pick up a tornado or pick up a fire spirit and put all of those back in his hand, suddenly he's not drawing anything that turn, and getting rid of that many cats is very, very difficult. So that's fine. I mean, you could play it again if he wants, but yeah, that's fine, just trading. Yeah, you can play 4 of them back down. I don't mind kind of what's going on there. So I probably want to save that. I'm instead going to get this. I'm going to... I mean, I can heal up. I'll probably just wipe out this guy so he doesn't get the advantage from it, and I'm not going to play that just now. I'll leave that single character for him to deal with. See how it goes. If I had 1 more mana, I would have played this. There's no disadvantage to playing a black cat if you have the spare resources. So he's +1 on spell damage. I guess that effect is what that is. So he's swinging in, he's just trying to even up the differential here. What I should be able to do, unless he kills me, is wipe his board and take out that with Sylvia. Alright, so I can wipe his board in Banshee and then do some direct damage. That's probably better. So let's do that. Banshee that away. Swing in. I'll get a card draw. Yeah, fine. I'll get a card draw from this. And yeah, it's probably worth it. So yeah, like I had to know he had a board wipe there as well. Let's see what else he's got. So I don't have a lot. I'll drop you to see what I get. Could have done with Bless, but that's fine. I'll drop you. I guess I'll... there's a couple of turns where he wasn't playing a board wipe, wasn't there? So the chances of him having drawn one when I know 4 of those are cats seems reasonable. And I will take you out, and if he doesn't have the board wipe, that will just be a pain in the butt. So that's fine. So I know that 5 of those cards are black cats. Like I say, I can always get them down. But certainly I'll be trading up there. So that's decent. If I had more... If I had any sort of natives in my deck... I wonder if I do have any natives in my deck. Did I put in Puckwudgies? I don't think I did. So we're just going to go over his head. Excuse me, bring him closer to death. Drop you. I'm going to save that for better days. Actually, am I going to save that for better days? I know that he's not got anything decent in hand. I'll still save it. Because if he gets Tornado again, he could have tornadoed the board, killed that before I got any value out of it. So he's got to do something. I mean... Okay, yep. So I'm going to need some spot removal, I'm going to need a brainwash, I'm going to need... going to need something. So he got this card back to hand. So that's an intimidating board. I mean, if I'm staring down 16 damage next turn, I probably need... so that's not enough. I have to attack that. This is definitely a problem. So now knowing I would have still had 6 mana, could have spent 3. Now, it wouldn't have been enough. I needed to draw into the brainwash. I'm not guaranteed to die here. Fine, so we hit you. So I could have got around it. No, what a fool. I didn't know whether that got around the fortify ability. I'll drop a cat, and I mean, it doesn't really matter what I pay for this bear, right? Owl bear, sorry. Well, I cocked that up, didn't I? Because I could have dropped that, and then I could have got both zombies over the top for a finisher. But he's still in trouble. I mean, only one of those cards is any good. And there you go, trading there. But yeah, he's dead. Dead in the water. Send the black cat over. Insult to injury. So there you go, that's... I'm not saying I played that perfectly. There were certainly some other lines that I could have thought about that might have been worth going for. Let's try a different deck. Let's just do the Crusaders. See if we can get a rematch. Now certainly Crusaders are going to die to that AG deck. It's just too strong. Dogtown played a few times before. Pretty strong deck. I'm going to keep that and bin you. Keeping that just because I'm going second. I've definitely got a first turn play, and if things stall out, which looks like they might, I'll be happy to have it. Yeah, so here, we're getting a lot of cards. First turn play, gets a Charon Zobol into hand, hero for 2 hit points. I've not been damaged yet. So here, like, everything's too high cost. So when you're thinking about your curve, I really want probably, additional 1 and 2 cost cards. But we'll see how it goes. So I mean, this bear just too good, innit? So we drop you. I guess I'm just going to go over his head, like, I can't avoid it. I might regret that, because then I'm not going to get the Banshee off turn 5 if I get it. Depends if he can wipe out them. So because he went first, sure, he's got 1 card disadvantage. A lot of these things just trigger on turn 5, don't they? Well, like I say, I would have been sad without this. So we drop you. Here's the combos. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll go 1 over the head, and I will swing 1 in so he knows that the Banshee's coming. You just Sacred Spear me. Interesting. But he must have known... the 1 damage I did, he must have known this was coming. Now he's probably got natives. I mean, that was that was like a natural card he had in his deck. So maybe I should think about taking out the totem. But like I say, totems don't really work at the moment. So mute removes creature, item, stat, modifiers, keywords. Mothman. I can always take it out with Brainwash next turn if it comes to it, but we'll see. So now we've got choices. I've not played any obols. I really want to save them up for this guy. I'm also not generating much in the way of obols, so I want to get this down to put 2 in hand. And then that'll be 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw something. Let's see what we draw before we totally plan it out. He's still got his 6 mana. Was that free? Or has the game crashed? I think we're staring down a crash at this point. Because obviously he's not had to pay anything for that Mothman. So unless it flips to me immediately. No, that's game. Fine, we'll just we'll quit out. Actually, can I concede? Okay, so that suggests the problem was on his side, but it's still broken. See if we can get another game. Same deck. So I'm not sure where the client's running, but it's running in PC side, or if it's running server side. Obviously some elements of server side, of course, but if crashes are quite frequent still. And if Dogtown doesn't come back on and Dark Country's not playing anymore, people might have moved on, having no tournament today. And if we don't get lucky, then we'll just have to leave it there. So give it a couple of seconds. Or a minute or so. But that's how you play the game. So the deck I showed, it was pretty good. The first one, the Ancestral Guard. This deck's obviously needing something to do with the curve, but let's just cancel that just now. Let's have a little look at the deck while we're here. So the only 2 costs here, very limited, right? 1 cost, 2 cost. Owlbears are full 2 cost, 3 costs. So let's think about how we can improve our proactive plays at the lower end here. Now you got nothing. I mean, you got nothing, right? There's nothing here in the 1, 2, 3 cost that you want to play. So we're going to have to go into the neutrals. This guy, like I say, is okay for 1 cost. I think I might throw in a couple of these, but I'll have to take something else out. and that something else will be... You want to see him, but you probably can go down to 2. That's some of the only things getting me COs. Gamblers are hit and miss, so let's do that. We'll throw in a couple of liquidators, and that takes us to 5 in the 2 range, plus potentially owl bears. I wouldn't mind another 1-drop, I wouldn't mind the agonising follower. Another maybe 2 of them, but what would I take out for it, if anything? And I think the answer is nothing. I mean, both of these aren't amazing. Like all 3 of these aren't amazing, but they can be surprising when they come out. That will save you for a turn when you're trying to fetch the gunslinger and get your obos. Yeah, okay, let's try that. It's slightly better. And like I say, we'll go back to searching. Cool, got a game. Slightly improved our deck. You know, it's always worth adapting when you find something wrong with it. So we take out you early doors, and I think I keep the rest, even though I've not got a 2-drop. I'm probably okay with that. Like, having this is handy. Don't need 2 of them, but this is fine. I'm going to get 2 draws before I have to go into turn 2. Turn 1 we'll get the bandit down for the oboe. Then turn 2 we'll see what happens. Fine, so we still get 1 more turn at getting a 2 cost. But you know, turn 1 play is important. Tempo, right? So tempo is what we'll talk about here. So tempo, using your temporary resources. I mean, that's going to be a long time coming. Making sure you use your temporary resources every turn. Here comes the owl bear. Oh, a totem. Spicy. So he actually put Evoke in his deck. Oh my god, look at this terrible sequence of events here. If mute worked properly, I'd consider... Actually, he's got the totem down for a reason, right? So we mute the totem. So is it immune to mute? Well, who knows? I'm just going to take it out before it's a problem. Because he's obviously going for some sort of Inspire heavy deck. Yep, done it again. This is fine, slowing him down for a couple of turns, particularly when we had nothing. So let's try for... I mean, I'm just going to do the same thing again, though. This time, though, we'll get the Gambler. Do we get 2? No. So this is what I was saying about this card. Bad random. Feels bad, man. Just getting that guy down. Having both of these stinking up my hand early doors isn't good either. And there's no way to get rid of them without playing them. You know, I could take them down to cost 14 as things stand. Brilliant. So totems are a little underpowered there. Like if you need it to power your deck, it needs some sort of protection. I'd suggest making it... There's loads of things you can do to try and buff it. You know, you can make it potentially immune to spells, right? I mean, that's one. Oh, I forgot to end my turn. My bad. You can potentially make it immune to spells. You can make it immune to attacks. Can you finish this off with a fireball, or has he got? Anything exciting? Nope. I mean, if I play this, I mean, he's dead man walking, right? But I really need to get some COs into hand, and let's just start doing some damage. I mean, the main value of this is getting the COs, but if you can get a hit off with it, it's not bad. He should be able to finish this off with something. He's got 5, could have Banshee. Excuse me. Could have Fireball. If you can't finish it off, then playing this was a bad shout. Oof. So I could Fanatic in for 2. I mean, the only way I could... There's a lot of resources invested in killing that. So I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to play this guy. I'm going to play this guy. I'm going to go over his head. And so now he's got again to come in for the board wipe or fireball or something to get rid of him before he can target this. And I'm going to save that in hand for later. Now in part I don't mind getting hit, right? I've got 8 hit points worth of health in my hand as things stand. He probably wanted to kill... I don't know. Yeah, I guess he probably wanted to do that, but he still needs to deal with this because otherwise he's just taking that out. And him and the Banshee will take out the other guy. Doesn't really matter what way around I do that. Okay, so this is reasonable. So you take out you. You come in here. I mean, I could... No, I need to get rid of that. And that's my turn. He's now got a totem on board. If he can pump out some more inspires, that'll get out of hand quite quickly. He's digging deep. So a lot of draw. I mean, at the moment, you know, sort of 4-card advantage there. But he's not finding what he needs. So I'll take that out next turn. Yeah. How do I kill you? Come on, top deck. No, I have to attack you. But that's fine. So I think I'll do it this way. Why isn't that taking any resources yet? I'll mute you. I mean, neither of this particularly matters. So go into there. Go into there. I'll drop you. And hope that does. Now I could have not played him. Went for the draw instead. But at the moment, I'm needing something to happen to force me to play these oboes. Now his AG does have removal. He only needs a firestorm or something that will take out most of his threats here. Another inspire. It's just it doesn't do enough for 3 if you ask me. Like his totems aren't staying on board, and I'm just a bog standard deck really. I mean, that's not going to help you. I mean, he could have went out on his own terms there, but yeah, we'll kill you. Let's draw a couple of cards, see what we get. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could play a couple of oboes just to drop the cost. Which I'll probably do. Take that out. I mean, it's obviously integral to his game plan, right? So I'm just never going to let it sit there. I've already established that this is a terrible card. So I'm going to just play 1. I'm going to play 2. Doesn't do anything other than reduce the cost. Why is that not gone down twice? Who knows? Then we deploy you. Returns them to hand. Whatever. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still get a draw. So this can take out that. Get his totem back. Yeah, I mean, that didn't ping either, right? So how good this game is, who knows? Well, that did go down to 13. That's not procced yet. Do we think we've lost? Is it Mothman? Does Mothman break the game? I think Mothman breaks the game, right? Bring it up in the Discord. Bug report. Mothman breaks the game. Well, again, neither of these decks were particularly able to do what they wanted. I see Dogtown typing in the Discord there as well. So if you want to, if you're looking for opponents, the Discord and the Telegram groups are pretty decent. There's not always somebody available to play, but if you're looking for someone, that's the place to go. So this is the end of the game. Obviously not working. I'm just waiting to see what Dogtown type, see if we can sort something else out. If not, then that's that. The rest of the turn, I'm going to go fishing for the Guardian. I'm still looking to take some hits to really get the benefits of the Obos. I've spent 2 of them already. I could have. It was worth spending the 2 rather than just the 1. So I could have spent 1 and would have still had 9. I still would have got my draw. But spending the 2 and getting 2 was advantageous in as much as it reduces the cost on this. Okay, so there we go, the end. So Mothman breaks the game, and that is that. Oh, there was an ID there. I should probably start making note of them for bug reports. But still, that's that. A couple of games. I'll maybe get a couple more in later, but other stuff to do. But that's how it plays out. A couple of decks. I'll get some more games in with the other decks I've got here, and get them posted. And I'll also look for more bugs and look for more things that need to be fixed. But until next time, this is NFT Decree signing off.